Welcome guys to Finland against NaBs here, week number 1 of Battle of Africa, tournament over 8k prize pool, and we will see Finland playing a best of 5 here against maybe their own team, because Pike is in the lineup of NaBs as well, but so is Spaden, Mentalist and Slam, and the later 3 are actually playing here. We are looking on to Dust by the looks of the map, and we have Vilis playing the Malians. His pocket will be the Max with the Japanese. And we have Italians for Mr. Zuppi, who is back. We have Mentalist playing the Hunts. Their pocket Slam Magias is going for Scouts. And Spaden is going for Ethiopians and is going for M&A at home. And we have Vilis with some M&A aggression here as well. What is Zuppi going for? We have double archer range. Milon! Thank you so much for 2 months in a row. Millie's up. Only Spaden with an actual tap. I believe Slam just renamed himself, and remember that you, if your name is too long, it just gets cut off. That's why, like, every third stream someone is saying like, oh, the Viper quit Tyrants, because obviously it's not getting displayed because it's simply too long. NaBs Slam, interesting stuff for sure, yeah. And that was very, very short notice. I believe like 3 days before the sign up ends, he only joined them because we knew we couldn't play with our normal lineup. We asked him to join us as well, but he said, nah, I'm in contact with NaBs and would love to play with them. And yeah, I was pretty happy to get picked up, and now is forming quite a nice team, and a team that obviously cannot be considered to be top 4, but could get some nice upsets, maybe because of good team play like those, and doubling away all the M&A here. And the Max was a bit late, now somewhat out of position here, and the Slam is doing quite some damage. He's obviously an absolute beast, and maybe if Spaden and Mentalist are somehow tricking him into, yeah, believing that it isn't actual tournament games. Yeah, anti-Slam, wouldn't that be great? Aye. And yeah, maybe they should just go for like, yeah, we will schedule practice against Finland, they will use their clan text, everyone will stream it, but it's actually not tournament games. And then Slam will just say, okay, then I will play my best for a change. Wait, excuse me, sorry. Aye. Yeah, that would be the trick that could really help them. On the other side, Mentalist is winning this because he has fletching out here. Again, someone who's only going for archers. Zuppi missing fletching for quite a bit. Could have done so much more damage against all those villagers here. Now tries to go for a block, but villager Scout had very low HP. Let's take a look. 2 HP on that villager. Is he blocking? Yeah. The other villager blocked himself off here. Aye. Not really the loud sneezer normally, but that one was deep. Balls deep. M&A of Mentalist still around. And the time, the Max still with 0 KD. Now for the first time is taking an engagement here. Trying to focus down the M&A. I think he should focus down the archers though. Couldn't see the finals yesterday live, but saw your full YouTube video. Love the commentary. Keep it up, man. Thank you so much. I instantly uploaded it. Like, I went offline and instantly prepared everything, overlays, did all the text, and yeah, because I knew a lot of people had lots of interest and tried to squeeze it in. Thanks so much. Sadly, today people cannot really watch it because there's too many good live matches. Yeah. Zuppi, did he cancel fletching? He did fletching at one point, right? Zuppi cancelled fletching. Something we don't see too often. Kinda weird. Slam building a defensive tower at his gold. Doesn't want to get doubled. Spaden defensive tower as well. They kind of know that the enemy is around here, but and into the TC. Scout still active here by Slam. Not getting too many kills though at the moment. Take a look to Spearman. Well, got one hit off. A lot of low HP scouts in there. Slam boy. Well, 3 low HP. Okay. Just clicked on them quite often at the teams. Oh, nice house wall. Can we see a palisade wall on the other side? Maybe a house wall from here. Slam. Ay. Could have gone for the crazy block. Nice micro though. Should lose. Not too many villagers, I believe. Spearman to the front. That one villager should get micro, pulling them off. Well, could have gone better for Slam for sure. He's up to castle age, so is the max. So pocket position, kind of doing what they should, doing the damage, being mobile. Quite a nice job. And did Slam even lose another villager? Aye, that was a nice snipe. And Slam now coming over, and that, if he wasn't running into 15 archers, could have been a crazily good move. If Belize, for example, like 10 seconds earlier, just moved to the other side, tried to go for some other aggression, that could have been a very heavy, good raid, but in the end didn't happen because Belize wisely was camping at home. Zuppy walling himself quite tightly as well. And it seems like all the 4 flanks are going double archery ranges, and now switching into more archery ranges if you're Hans. And the 2 pockets playing the double stable style as they should. Pretty standard, pretty nice. I love what I'm seeing here, and really curious what those teams will bring to the table in the long run of this tournament. And yeah, as I said before, probably not the contenders to go into the finals to be the top 4, but certainly strong enough to win some best of 5 series even against the very big names. NaBs in their old lineup, I believe in 4 big tournaments in a row, only lost to either SY or Tyrants. And yeah, placed highly in Wars Coming, in Clan Masters, the final showdown. I believe Clan Masters, there was another like 8-team tournament where they believe got second or something. So yeah, but that was still with Spaden, but more with Zuppy, the Wonder, Mentalist. Maybe Pike on Wall as well. At least camping at home. We see Mentalist now having quite a nice army, but well, Zuppy 7 the numbers as well. Oh, looks like more for Mentalist though. Especially those spearmen shouldn't do a lot. Well, QEG. Oh, still some crossmen around, trying to go for some sneaks, and that could be pretty juicy. The dance at the front is really happening here. Zuppy having some losses and needs to pull away from that TC. Max needs to come in, but those are some kills, and Mentalist has no idea. He has no idea. He's still microing at the front, and he's doing a good job over here, but that's completely horrible for him. Heavy losses, and that's his goal as well. More villagers. Oh god. That's just the end for him. Oh god. Ah. Which teams were Fire and Slam before they joined Tyrant for Wars Coming? That's a good question. Like, no big teams, obviously. I don't really know. Well, Fire was super unknown before Wars Coming, right? Everyone was like super skeptical why he got picked up. It was, I believe, mainly because RiuT wanted another Brazilian player, or another like Portuguese-speaking player in his team, and they really wanted RiuT. So yeah, Fire was kind of unknown at that point. Like he was around. It's like yeah, for example, now Spaden would get picked up from Tyrant, but then he made a huge boost. Slam was in KGB, Fire was RBK? I'm not sure. Wasn't RBK Jordan, Viper, Dogao at one point? Mentalist. Heavy losses here in the back. Down to 34 villagers. Still by the solid army advantage, but needs to transition that advantage now. He has 20 less villagers and only 5 more military now. This is clearly zuppy's win at the moment. And yeah, we can see zuppy sending over more crossbows here. This looks good for him. Wants to go for more archery ranges, as it seems. Defensive siege workshop by him as well. And we have another big engagement over here. And those are some losses for Slam. And Spaden will lose all his crossbowmen as well. That's a solid number of crossbowmen by release here. Interesting stuff. Oh, it's Slam going for the debate. Nice job by him. And that's actually a way better fight for Spaden and a lot more damage than I thought. Because Slam got like 3-4 volleys more than he should have gotten off. Or like debated 3-4 more volleys than he should have. Oh god. Slam micro. It's really one of the best in the game. Now another engagement. Mentalist moving in. Only now getting ballistics. No bloodlines yet from him. Needs to micro that one. I would have microed that one. I was trying to help. But I was in the wrong point of view. I was at Slams. My bad. Over here, running into a crossbowman. Kind of weird. As you can see, zuppy still without ballistics. But now with the defensive mangonel out. And Mentalist, how can he catch up here? Really tough one for him. On the other side, we have Spaden. In kind of a stable position. Now getting another TC up, kind of in the open. Okay, and now zuppy feels like he has a timing and he should be able to deny that siege workshop. I think it's getting pretty tricky here. No bloodlines for Mentalist as well. It's not mass amount of knights from Slam here. Let's take a look. Villager is down for sure. Then sniping those down. The max is around. He is lacking the attack upgrade. Slam has both. The max, none of them. Another archery range here for Mentalist. Where is the stable, guys? Missing that. zuppy is playing a beautiful game. Finland in a very good spot, I have to say. zuppy left NaBs. Well, he kind of is still in NaBs. But yeah, if the Max and Elise are calling, I think kind of makes sense to answer that call on that side. Not trying to take away from Spaden and Mentalist, but Elise and the Max are absolutely beasting it at the moment. Ballistics from Spaden, now trying to come over, trying to go for the triple. It's only Elise missing, the rest of the players are all around here. We can see Mentalist now coming in, still lacking bloodlines. Mangonel is down, Max is trying to protect zuppy, they're trying to micro this as heavily as they can. Still heavy losses though, nice triple over here at that side. Mangonel now coming over, but I think needs to get microed back. Those villagers are super exposed. And zuppy trying to do the damage, but not really. Oh, beautiful split here by Spaden as well. And they are really doing the job beautifully. On the same time, Spaden up to Imperial age even. After that nice double, and NaBs, they are putting a good show on. Oy. Very bad weather outside here. Oh, and that's a big raid now. Maybe time to catch up with the villagers? Not really. 90, more than 90 for zuppy. 50 for Mentalist. But yeah, army advantage is something pretty nice for them. Still that one crossbowman around we saw earlier. Going for Thumbring, he will just go for Mass. Oh, the Max is going for Coinage. Have him Japanese pocket. Who should he sling? An Italian flank? So he maybe rush into condos? Kind of has to be, because Tupi is the only one on the way to Imperial Age. Interesting. I think the Max... Let me check if that's not a misclick. No, he's really going for it. Okay. Thinking about the very long run, 106 villagers for him. Eco still better for the Finns, obviously. Mainly because of the big raids there against Mentalist. Heading up to Imp. Billy's now up as well. He could obviously go for a big Chamcal push. Ethiopians could have some troubles answering that. I believe it's a mistake that Release is not over here, helping out. Oh, I desperately need him. Where is the army of Release? He's still camping at home here. How many farms does he have? Well, not enough to go into a Chamcal switch for sure. In 3 do you go for the strongest or weakest first? I believe in those matchups, the skills are just way too close. Everyone can, if completely untouched, decide the game. I think you just go to the guy where you do the most damage. Ah, Concals. Ah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And going for the barracks now. Ah, you are so right. And cards, and you paid resources to Zuppy and Willis. It's really surprising to me. He's booming here. Don't really know why. It would be so good for the Max if he can fight off, even if it's not 100% cost efficient. This would be so good for him if he can take a fight against Slam. The Slam is still an imp. Oh god, I will still, yeah. Condos with Malian defense. They should could be so sick. Oh, quick walls. Well, but how will he ever finish those? Yeah, not going to happen. Oh, another cast here by Zuppy, and the Sling seems to be really paying off. Mental is now going for elite skirmishes. Well, that's not really a unit you want to see. Can we see maybe a big trap here? No, not really. And yet another cast here by Zuppy. He's just going super ham. And... poof. Just mass Arbalest. Maybe could also switch in January's crossbowman. And Slam isn't doing anything anymore. Actually, that's quite a bit of Cavaliers as well. Let's take a look. Do they know about that? Yeah, they know about all the army here. January's crossbowman, no elite upgrade yet. Going for the +4 defense. Another castle. Or Slam can kill this. Won't have too much left after this either. Condor's now at the front. Spaden, this castle is getting denied. And now what is the answer to those +7 defense Conditeros? Ay. It has to be the Cavaliers from Slam needing to come over, but that means more time for January's crossbowman. Oof. Had an upgrade for Slam. Can that change the game? Still have no trade running. Big problem for both teams, kind of. Slam is the first one to build the market. Spaden not controlling that corner at all. Spaden lost that castle now. Oh, that's a pretty strong army, I have to say. Ethiopian Arbalists and Paladins there. Interesting. I think the Max should just go for big raids now with all his knights. He cannot really fight anymore. Maybe fighting before Paladins isn't the worst of all options. I'm actually trying to retreat some. Coniteros now coming to the front, trying to join the party. Farimba coming for Vilis. He will go for the camels, but that's a lot of losses. I believe that Night Mass didn't really matter anymore. At the same time, do we see the push? How big is it over here? January's crossbowmen are now elite. Where are those though? Where are his numbers? There's some over here, some over here, but not really what he needs to go for. Camels now, nice damage output, but they won't last too long against the Arbalists. And this is a very nice, interesting game. How will we play this out? Arbalists, obviously, from the Malians, way weaker than the one from Ethiopians, lacking significant upgrades, and also the firing rates just on another level. Fighting on the castle obviously helps out. Camels now trying to catch up with the +4 defense, but before that they obviously easily melt against all Arbalists over here. January's crossbowmen now running over at the map, but it's way too many Arbalists to really see them being efficient. And Slam, they have to be surprised. They're taking so good fights over here, and still they're behind in score. There must be something up, and especially because their pocket over the other side is at only pop 122 and still calculates. Maybe Japanese condos could have been an interesting addition as well. Yeah, most important thing is the trade control now. Something they didn't take care of too nicely just yet. Condos need to be spread around a bit better in the base of Mentalist. He should have no population left. Honestly, it's a slinged Italian guy against a Han player who was behind anyways. I think this shouldn't happen that way. Okay, now the end of the Paladins. But the Arbalists are still pretty strong. 60 Arbalists here from Spain, 60 Paladins from Slam as well. Those are pretty strong numbers. Max obviously not going for a lot, but at least not getting to the numbers he wants as well. Now Slam is just going to the other side. He's preparing his trade and he is just playing the beautiful, beautiful game. Spain now controlling that one. Extra goals for them, even conquered. And that's not enough. Heavy camels here. Tough spots for him. Tough spot for sure. Another TC going down for Mentalist, but does that really matter? We have Spaden and Slam both at pop limit, both going for pretty good fights. Zupi needs to retreat further and further. Maybe we see some big Onager shots. That could be something that is bringing them back. And Onager shots, maybe against the Arbalists and some January's crossbowmen to protect against the Paladins. Well, that sounds like a reasonable army composition to me. Trying to save that GC, focusing down, but well, in the end it will fall. Onset shots not happening at the moment. Oh, Mentalist trying to take control of that corner as well. Doesn't really make that much sense. What did you see there? I think some military buildings could have been the better choice. Uh-oh, that's a lot of January's crossbowmen not really doing the best of damage. Oh god, this could be so big. Ooh, but Spaden knows what's up and is going for the spread formation. Makes sense. Mental is really behind. Well, he has pop 115, right? So yeah, he is behind of Zupi for sure. And he was heavily behind before that as well. Oh no, those 3 CA are super efficient. Condos can easily clear that up though. Shouldn't need a lot of damage. Let's take a look. 74. Oh, 3 damage. More than I thought. Nice positioning here of those Arbalest and then his crossman. Well, maybe now the biggest on shots over here can turn something around. Not really going to happen at the other side. We have mediocre to non-existent engagement. Onitors not well enough protected. Traps continuing, and this looks better and better for the NaBs. Finish out this series for them. Oh, not the series, this game. Map control is heavily in their favor now. So many more raids of Slam coming in, and points were still pretty close, but that was mainly due to the fact that they decided to sling. Japanese, I believe they had enough stuff still, and I think the Max should have traded off his knights earlier before all the others had the heavy upgrades on. Maybe raid in late Castle Age, maybe try when early Imp everyone was gearing up for a big fight, try to go for big raids as well. But just waiting and then taking one horrible engagement over here in the middle of the map didn't really look too great. Yeah, he needed some buffer in front of his two teammates, but not really how it works. Achievements. Slam, obviously Paladin pocket, and no one really going for mass camels. It's just a beautiful thing to play. For mass gold, mass food, just a production. His teammate even played pretty well there with mass Arbalest to support him. Really nice game for him to play. Current form Slam is definitely better than Jordan or even TaToH. Why would you say that after one game? I got it! I got all 6 for nice. Hi. Really need to concentrate there, but got it done. Ah. Guys, you also have to think about a lot of different factors than pure skill about when you form a team. I believe the Viper's motivation to train got just so much higher since TaToH joined. And he laughs more, he enjoys practicing more. I think that's a value that is just so much better. They have the same time zones, they can play together, they can train together. So I believe TaToH is so much better than Slam to complement a team with the Viper. Sometimes you have to form teams. It's not all, it's like, that's the problem you can see with like in a lot of sports where some teams are just buying the best players and not really forming a team. And if you only have 3 people, that's less important probably, but still a huge factor. The Utilizer flying in for 8 months. There's tons. Oh yeah. I screwed up. Oh, let's go up again. Yeah, measures for sons. Oh. Don't know why Hira didn't team with Slam. I'm not sure if it's good to team Hira. As you saw, he didn't even show up. Thank you so much, Peter.
Full-time streaming now, Mr. Vegan Teuton. Laughing face.
Yeah, 3 guys above everyone. Viper, you, Liereyy. Disagreed. Nicov has to be up there. They've proven it enough. They belong up there. That's true. Then you have RiuT, who basically is on their level once he's active. Probably the most talented player ever. Disagreed. And then in my opinion you have a guy like DauT. If he wants to just plays on the highest level. He can play higher. I think there are roughly 10 players in top 5. Maybe. Thanks so much, Peter. Now 5 months even. Ay, ay, ay. Who's the most talented player ever, according to you, then? Probably Grant. Yeah, I think Grant might be really good. Let me look, take a look through all the players again. Didn't we have an overview? Legendary AE players? Well, that didn't really help. Maybe Halen? Surely not K-Cap. Yeah, I will go for Grant and Halen second. How do you see Liereyy as a team game player in 3v3 and 4v4 settings? It's tough to say. In 2v2, I believe he played incredible with Hearttt, and they were like really, really top there. Probably the second best team, maybe the best team. And 3v3s and 4v4s, it's tough to say. That's what we will find out in this tournament. When Grant was active, the overall skill was much lower. Why would you say that? What is doesn't have to do anything with what I'm saying. It wasn't gone as long as Jordan. Yeah, Halen is pretty nice. Coleman was never that good. Well, he was the best player at a time where there was a lot of money involved. Why did you say it's just 6.5k? Oh, I thought it was more. I thought it was like 7.5. So in the end, it would be 8k. Okay, then I will announce it at 7k. Who's Grant? The, I believe, most earning player in Age of Empires ever? Maybe, well, probably a Viper overtook him now. Yeah, especially if you count streaming for sure, but maybe prize money, the highest earning player ever, Grant. Yeah, and he's a Korean guy who stopped, like his peak was 2001, 2000, something like that. Was still active to like 2004, had some comebacks with Tyrant, but never really great. But yeah, like, yeah, he got like 50k in one tournament. Yeah, that's pretty juicy. Viper 35k, but yeah, Viper got a lot of other money around that, right? And there's a lot of tournaments not listed. Yeah, I think Grant didn't Grant win Age of Empires 3? I think he won Age of Empires 3 WCG for another 20k or something. I believe so. Yeah, and obviously, like, I believe like Robo, with his skill now, could probably win WCG 2000. Because he's just, like, the game has developed so much. But obviously Robo is probably less talented to play esports than the 12th place finisher at that time. Because it was just so tough to learn the game and adapt and learn everything. Now there's so much more knowledge available and so many easy tools as well. But that's just how it developed in a very, very young sport. It just, like, the development is so big. I could win 50k. Yeah, if you had your skill and time travel back to 2000, it wasn't 50k. I'm not sure if you beat Grant, because that was like a year later. And he was really good at that time even. But yeah, well, we'll see. And I will just read a weird message that I'm getting saying. This link might be interesting. I know that link. Don't PM me if the link is already in the chat, Juvenile. But still, thanks for trying to provide info. Okay, we are jumping into the game. Sorry guys for all the talking. And we are looking into DauT here. We have Elise playing the Slav's Pocket. His flanked in the south, trying to steal a Rhino, but losing a lot of HP. In the meanwhile, is playing Teutons. Rhino will actually get home quite solidly. And we have the Max playing Mayans, so having that flank is quite nice. Mayans against Spanish could be interesting here by Mr. Slam. Vikings pocket here for Spaden, not the greatest thing ever. Mentalist playing the Celts, so interesting stuff. And oh, look at that! Actually, can pass instantly to your teammate. And well, the rest is not really passable, but yeah, I think we need to see some aggression here in Spaden. Probably needs to go for scouts over at the south. Soppy with a somewhat open gold spot and a nice defensive one, so that's all sweet. Within DauT were the top from 2002 to 2012. I believe DauT was a bit later, more than like 2003. But yeah, he was really good. And Chris wasn't top on 2012 anymore, but still really strong. Also, Chris is in 3v3 random teams, I believe. He is #1 ladder in Warcraft 3. So just like random laddering up. KCAP was always a slinger, not a great 1v1 player. You have no idea what you're talking about. Like 0.0. Ay. KCAP is probably the greatest mastermind this game has ever seen. Oh god. And he is an incredible 1v1 player as well. There was a tournament, in the 1v1 Arabia tournament, that DauT has won convincingly. And everyone was saying, like, this guy is completely untouchable on Arabia 1v1s. And it was I believe it was a 1v1 Han Arabia tournament. And then DauT released the Rack Pack training games against KCAP, and KCAP beat him like 12-10. And everyone was like, why didn't and KCAP just didn't want to train honestly for this tournament. He was just given some practice to DauT. And DauT also in like all the practice games for War is Coming, all the 1v1s, he was performing so well as well in there. Ay. So you really got me triggered there with that sentence. Inkiatos, thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime, subbing for free. We have some engagements over here. We have Slam with the defensive tower. The offensive tower of Max got cancelled. No M&A upgrade from him. Now trying to go for some spearmen to the front. Nice micro by him. Got 5 kills and only 1 loss so far. It makes that 6 kills. Good job by him. Even Wonders is entertained. And is this open? Not. No, it is not. No. Talent practice games in general, KCAP was probably the guy who took most games from me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I watched some 1v1s as well, where like Jordan was considered the best Rooster 1v1 player at the time, together with RiuT, and they were and Tyrant Legends were trying to figure it out. And KCAP was just watching over all the games, pointing out where Jordan could optimize his build more and such. It's really, from what I've seen from KCAP is the only guy who was playing on a high level and never lost a team game tournament in his whole career. TaToH is the new KCAP? Not really, but yeah. Like, Jordan best Rooster player. Yeah, he was considered best Rooster player at the time. Sorry, Viper. I believe he probably won against you in one important game. I believe that was before WSVG. Wasn't Fire the best on the Rooster? Well, not on Tyrant Legends side. Obviously, I had way more contact to Tyrant Legends than Warlocks. Where's KCAP? Would he come back? Well, you should ask Viper that. Now, interesting. KCAP is busy working in Dubai. Interesting. Okay, so guys, what we saw is Mentalist walling off over here. So Piece Aggression completely failed, and we have Spaden completely going to the other side, and that's why the Max is having some problems. And Release wouldn't help enough with the scouts, and quite some losses here for the Max. Let's take a look if he will get that tower up. Has 3 villages around, or actually 4 villages around. Let's see how Spaden can focus those down. And the tower goes up. That's pretty sweet for him. Villagers even pulled more villagers trying to get into the tower, but I believe he will be fine once he just gets onto some more onagers. Onto some more archers here. People have a wrong perception of KCAP, thinking he is a mastermind strategist. Not that he has better ideas for strategies either, but his main strength was how he played attention to the studied enemies. Well, but that is a part of the game that is heavily underappreciated. Like, knowing what the enemy is doing, figuring out their strengths, and yeah, then deciding on strategies before that. Yeah. Would practice build orders for decentering every civ to figure out the best build order. Yeah, and that's just like so much. Oh, Elise, how did he squeeze in? Well, there seems to be some DauT holds. He should be proud. And well, only 1 villager is actually getting sniped. That's less than I expected. How did he get through here? Was that this way? Oh yeah, it's this way. Sick. Okay. I think in the future, when I'm teaching my first graders and trying to get to do my first graders to fill some time. I will give them a screenshot of that and like get the scout to release base, and they will try to mark this and go, no, wrong. Oh no, wrong. What? And then they will dip. Yeah, here, Mr. Hippo, I've done it. And I will be so proud. DauT holds. Yeah, I still don't understand the bladder of K-Cap as well. Went to toilet like after every game, right? But that champion Viper could tell him more about. Oh, that's quite a solid engagement here. Bloodlines, follow, slam, no other upgrades though. Okay, now we are back into lifetime after the drop, guys. And Shisha breaks. What? Viper, why you no co-cast? Probably needs to work out strategies for QuenDB tomorrow. Trying to watch their Rex. K-Cap introduced. But in Dubai, right? Okay, Release now going for quite a bit of knights. Left pocket kind of makes sense, right? 2 SOTCs by him. And this looks like an overall nice production. We see Marion crossbows, and that could be a strong composition here. What is Slam really going for? Not going for too much stone, and now in some troubles. Only 36 villagers trying to get a defensive castle up. Will get that castle up without any problems. But those are some losses for sure. And Spaden cannot really send in too many crossbows here one by one. Won't really help them too much, and amazing knight. Not that amazing as it seems. Maybe change your name to Knight. Or maybe good knight, amazing knight. Not that amazing knight. Okay, let's take a look. Spaden, oh, how many kills is he getting in? Seems like 1 for now. Not blocking the farms quite well. So could be surprised, but like, what's going on here? I'm completely walled at the front. I have no idea what you guys are doing there. Suddenly crossbowmen are coming around. And he didn't get the memo as it seems, because he is now trying to rush out the siege workshop, trying to somehow defend, but not really getting that done. Crossmen now trying to put themselves in the center here, trying to block more farms, but too much TC fire, and those are heavy losses. I believe now the Mangonel shouldn't have the biggest problems against all of those. At the same time, Release still pretty active with the max. Remember that we are having quite a bit of walls up on the south, so that would be a big boom. Then Mentalist, he's looking at solid numbers. 76 villagers for him, only some monks. He is going for 4 TCs and a defensive castle now. And that will be Celts and Imperial Age. Probably not as good as in normal AOC, but still. Halberdier SO is very rarely a bad composition. Visitors not microing too well. That monk actually died. And Release did so much more damage with this knight here together with the max than I personally thought. But Spaden still nicely clearing this up. Release probably focusing, trying to get 1 or 2 villager kills, and then should run off. Slam should be fine here. The max still with some crossbows out, trying to stay active. Mentalist on the way to Pillage. Now even going for the stone upgrade. Will he go for Vote Riders? That's something I didn't expect. Vote Riders against Teutons. So one aggressive gold spot. Some demos prepared, but no one really going for it as it seems. Interesting. Okay. What is Zuppy going for? Going against Koreans. Not the easiest decision. Tiger B, last warning. Even if if it is a joke. So P going for the +1 defense? Is he going for the Teutonic Knights? What are we witnessing here? Vote Riders against Teutonic Knights in a Kel-Teuton scenario here. Not the typical units you normally see. Elise trying to still do some pressure against Mr. Slamjam, who's now obviously in the spot to micro conquistadors. There were scenarios. Spain helping out as well with Vikings. Question is, what will he go for? Will he switch into the Sling? Think should be an option, and he's adding a TC number 5, so kind of, oh no, it's TC number 4. I think that kind of is indicating that he will switch onto a Sling. I think only makes sense. I know, can you get a random shot off? Well, not really. Just going back. Find that Slam join NaBs 3 days before the tournament deadline. So like 7th or 8th of March or something like that. And might make kind of sense if you expect a ton of halves. They're pretty bad against Onagers though. But we will see. And for some attack here. Oh, that's going to be interesting. That castle, I believe, won't go up. Uh-oh. The Max. Some troubles. And will they try to wait for the upgrades? I think they could engage before. Let's build a castle. Yeah, I think they could engage before. Still surprised to see Spaden go for Imp here. So he will go for Arbalist support at the, I believe, Spanish side. Don't really see him building anything anywhere else. He's not a part of Tyrant anymore. I believe he's a part of Tyrant. But what is Tyrant really? It's another question. Mentalist Boom, obviously so much better. Didn't get really any raids in. First demos. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, they're getting good hits off. Oh god, they're getting good hits off. Ay. How did Mentalist just lose like 70% of his Vote Riders? I just pray for you that this isn't dropping at that point. Ay. Oh god. How did he screw up that much? Oh god. And not deleting that. Okay. Why did he not pull back here? How did he not see that? He saw the dogs. He knew about the demos himself. He was going for them. And that gives Zuppy so much more time. Just think about it. If like 20 Vote Riders are now running in and spreading around in all the eco, there's no single chance for Zuppy to really stabilize in this one. But, well, he shouldn't be that scared of 10 Elite Vote Riders now. Nice quick ones. Oh god. Oh, some demos. Oh god. Guys. Okay. One dodged. Second one. Dodged as well. Okay. Phew. Slam not pulling a Mentalist here. Third castle for Mr. Zuppy. Make that actually second castle. Because one is down. Vote Rider still Mentalist with the good boom here in such a good spot. And the Finns. Ay. Having some troubles in this series as it seems. But this game is far from over. Beautiful walls here by Spade. Not gonna love those. Sneaky Traffy from Mentalist. With the woodline. I love that. And yeah, Zubi, the guy who wanted to go for Elite Teutonic Knights, now already losing 2 castles. Third one not very well protected over here either. Will get really, really tricky for them. Oh god, what a beautiful spot for the Skonks. I'm now going for fletching. God, Spanish could be really nice here as well. If you can go on to Elite Canongarians. Oh god, they would obviously be like the killer unit #1. Oh, and the Scorpions, they're good against hand cannoneers, they're good against Teutonic Knights as well. Oh, I don't even need to talk about how good they are against villagers. Pressuring this area quite nicely. Conquistadors. Trying to find some damage. Not even one-shotting a Cavalier. That's kind of weird to me. Now squeezing in here again. Beautiful job. Ah, yeah. That's an engagement that Release cannot really take. And he's going back. Any logic for this map? There's a lot of logic. I think there are a lot of great features on this map. You want to go hate? AoE zone, drama. This is your place to go. Why would they pick Teutons? Well, at some point you have to pick it, right? I think on Steppe it's the worst map. I personally like them on Arabia. Okay, let's take a look. Release now coming over. Boat Riders at the front. I think he can just fall back a bit more, just get some demos out himself. Now we have the hand cannoneers doing some damage from behind, but Scorpions doing some damage as well. Spade now slinging, slam, Mentalist still going for the dance. For him it's fine. The straps are doing damage from behind, the Scorpions are doing damage from behind. He's not eating too many shots from the hand cannoneers either. This is totally fine for Mentalist if he keeps this position and just keeps running around. Only important thing is that he snipes those bombard cannons with the straps, something he didn't do before. At the same time, some dancing around here as well. Heavy demos now. Oh god, gonna love that map, and this could be the big heavy demo shot. Is he coming over? Well, he gets at least some. Ay. And some return kills here as well. Just maybe. Heavy demos needs to be the most important upgrade on this map here. Because walling is just such a good option. Raiden should just go full longboat and heavy cannon galleon. Could be an option here. Certainly is an option. Take a look, trading this off. Just 4 against 4. But Mentalist just playing the Celts here. Oof. Slowly creeping forward. Tina's ground attack against slams. Conquistadors, nice job there. Thank you so much. Ay, indeed. Oh, nearly a boy. Whatever you prefer. Oh god, next big demo hit. It's really tough to advance here. Max is playing this beautifully. Holding quite a bit. And Spade and Slam at the moment. Slam, is he switching into Paladins? Yes, he is. Okay. Was just missing that. Another demo hit. Let's take a look. Didn't delete that. And oh god. Ay. For Celtica, now for Mentalist as well. I don't like how few traps and ramps he has. Just think about if he had like 5 ramps rampaging over here. Would be so nice as well. Maybe that trap more... Oh, the trap could go a bit up till here. Ay. Now I'm overusing it. And that was a lot of Paladins going down against demos. I probably missed that over here. Sorry guys. Where's all of Slam's army? He's going to the other side. Has enough of that, and that had to be one big demo hit. Slam fail for sure. Onagers here. Seems like the Release is holding on to this here with his Slavs. One for galleons now. It's Mr. Spaden. Angelus continues to push. No Onager upgrade, no traps. Or no more traps, no rams. He has 106 villagers. Maybe adding 20 more there would not hurt. Starting to go for the trade now. Not the greatest spot, but Spanish trade. I believe on this map, Spanish could be a really good addition. Having them 140 damage. That's ridiculous. Would love to see some heavy demos added here. Be now standing strong with his hand cannoneers. Combat cannons. Just so weird. Guys, maybe I will seriously switch to YouTube and stream there. No worries, Nearly. Well, you have no idea how much work I'm putting into the stream and setting up everything and being there, keeping all my Saturday free, and then I'm getting 40 different Twitch files and 39 drops. Just purely destroying. Okay, Slam now coming over to the other side. So let's take a look. Halberdiers are over here. And oh, that's a nice block. And oh god. Okay, Slam. Is he adding some stables? Yeah, that's what he should do. It happens all the time with Zero Empires too. Oh, that's just super ugly. Maybe I should switch to Madrid server. Stream drops. Well, maybe it is DDoS then. Okay, big engagement now. This looks pretty good for the NaBs guys. Moving in with a lot of paladins. Halberdiers still doing a lot of damage there from range with all the scorpions. Take a look, Onager shots aren't really connecting. There's not a lot of buffer against all the paladins here as well. The castle is going down again. Zupi is not really contributing too much here. That castle is finally falling with that last trap shot flying in here. And those scorpions from range did just so much damage. So many paladins around. So pop 130 only for Zupi. The NaBs guys all looking pretty much at pop limit. And now Spaden cleared up all that front here. Now the big paladins raids going over and over again. The max trying to get onto Halberdiers now, but well, slowly trying to get some water control. And they're trading quite nicely, so that's good for them. Another castle from Angelus though, trying to get a good pressure point on. And Zupi still without that gold spot here at the front. Angelus finally going for it. Okay, and it's back, guys. We can continue. Nice hidden relic here by the max, and we continue with this game. And oh, did it rip again? Did it drop again? Or am I live? Fine, okay. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird that so many people are dropping. I hope it's getting better in the future. with Twitch. I have no idea if I should contact them, if I should contact my ISP, but well, that's just something we need to talk about in the future. What? After live producer. Live producer. On the internet settings, check DNS server. Well, that doesn't really help me. No, I'm still in the game. Just really sad. Okay, let's jump into the game then and see how this plays out. And okay, so the push continues over here. We have a lot of scorpions out, and the push looks pretty strong here. The Mentalist, the guy who boomed this whole game long. Slam now helping out with Paladins, being the perfect counter against the bombard cannons and hand cannoneers. Exactly what Mentalist was getting countered by. And GG. Well, glad we catch some of this game. Interesting play here by Spain. Beautiful usage of that. Nice demos there as well. In the end, the Max couldn't really do much, but I believe the most important thing was really Mentalist just completely booming or out-booming Zupi, and then getting the castle kills there nice and early. I switched every Amsterdam. I switched all servers. Now I'm on Berlin. I have been on Frankfurt. I have been on Amsterdam. I was on London, but then people told me that I need to switch away from London, or like the DAG was dropping, and then I decided to switch away from London. I used those 4. I believe now I'm at Berlin. Maybe I could go further away, like Czech Republic or something. And also never drops in between games, right? What was the third civ there? Teutons. What was the pocket? Slavs.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, guys. I ate some, I drank some. It's just so tough for me. Like, I'm putting so much hard work in there, and I know that you are giving me so much love, and I can see it by your support, what you're writing, that you're saying here, that you're subbing. Thank you so much, Apu. And but it really is it is tough for me, and yeah, well, we'll see. I can only do my very best. Kevin 3 Arabia took a look at the civilizations already. I'm just here because Mem had sub-only mode on? Follow-only mode, you mean? I've never seen nearly this much angry. I'm not angry, I'm sad, I believe. That's the difference. At least I would say. Sub-only mode? What the fuck? Well, it's been a good chance to hear Finland anthem. You're right, Joshua. But we need some wins, right? Why are you sad, Nelly? Because I'm not able to deliver the entertainment and quality that I want, and it's out of my hands. Like, it's so much easier if it was like, damn, I said Heil Hitler during the stream or something and got banned on Twitch. I could say like, yeah, okay, that was my bad. And that was stupid by me and I had like an influence on it. But this is like so much out of my control. And I'm just sitting here. And yeah. Wasting time, money and love. And luckily you're giving it back. I don't know, guys. Refollowed. Thanks so much. Wow. Okay, I believe I will cut this anyway, so yeah, it was a long pause of the restart anyways. Okay. What's the score on Tyrant versus Brazil? That's going to happen tomorrow. Sunday, it says. What's exactly out of your hands? We had a lot of drops today. If you would look at the VODs, we have like 40 8-second VODs prepared for you if you want to watch more of those. And yeah, I want to say tune in tomorrow, but I better say check my YouTube in 3 days. Might be better. Maybe I'll go to YouTube or Mixer and stream there. But maybe we can just see how a villager is trying to get home. Belize is losing 1 here against Spaden. Flying in. Oh, Gotti, that's a good start, and that's before the 4-minute mark, so we might see another restart here. It is best of 5, right? Not really sure how many restarts we have, but Finland already took a restart before that. Martian22, thank you so much for your subscription. And well, that probably means we cannot really see another restart here, right? They already took a restart. Don't check the rules. I believe it is only one restart in the best of 5. Trying to blame some over here, trying to do some damage on the scout. But Spain is just getting home. Shouldn't be a big problem. Okay, so now let's introduce the players and see what civilizations they have. Vietnamese flank here, that's pretty solid. They have an Indian pocket, so that's super nice. And the flank of Zupi Persians, well, something you can work with for sure. Berbers for Slam, pretty strong civilizations. Franks for Mentalist, super sexy as well. And Spaden playing the Incas flank. So overall civilizations seem to be quite fine. Let's see how they will play this out. Indeed, no restart. 1 re in best of 5. Yeah. NaBs have the best flag so far. Yeah, they have a great one for sure. Kappa Pride. Robo, are you still awake by the way, or did you just wake up? You just woke up, right? I believe so. So you went to bed after like 2 hours in of my streaming, and now are back. You didn't sleep that long, right? The Robo, you've been here all night. Oh god, my bad. Sorry. Sorry. Maybe I couldn't read anymore because I had too many tears. Well, I would pay Robo more than $4. I'm an honorable exploiter. We're over 32 hours at stream. Okay, we have the Max going for scouts out of the pocket position. What a nice spot here. Interesting that you went for the palisade between that. I didn't. $4.50, like more like 4 euros. for Australian dollars. Yeah, exactly, Manu. Mentalist going for scouts out of the pocket position as well. Mentalist aggressive Zoppy going up as well, and we only have those 2 guys here. Spaden and Belize lacking quite a bit. Well, let's pop 22. And Spaden maybe pop 23, or what is going on here? Maybe pop 24? What is up with Spaden? Oh yeah, he popped 23 in the late one. 10:56. That is solid. 26 seconds lost. Interesting. NaBs going for a team wall? Not really. At least I'm not seeing a lot of walls yet. Guys, we are live for 16 minutes without a drop. The dream is real. Zoppy archer range, real Persian double archer range. And we have Slam with the stable. Zoppy, where is he on gold? Oh, we'll go for this one later on, I would assume. This wall, I believe this wall is the one I like more than this wall. Needs to invest a bit more, but just protects his gold so much better. In before drop, in before jinx it. Don't, people, please. Please. Ay. Big walls here by Slam now. Spaden moving out. Just very late timing. He won't really do any damage, I assume, against Felice here. Felice should see it coming as well. Has a spearman out. What is Slam's plan? Archer range now. Spaden, I mean. Slam is pretty clear that he's going for scouts. We now see 7 on gold. Don't expect to see more. That's the exact number you need to have to produce out of 2 archer ranges. Then before nearly rage. We are considering moving nearly rage to a $25 emote to add German Day for the $5. So use it as long as you can, guys. Yeah, Belize should be super safe here. No issue at all against Spain. Some aggression here. The max is around as well. Oh, and Mentalist coming over to that side. Don't take nearly rage. What else should I take then? Actually lose an archer and a scout there? Didn't really expect that. Oh, take nearly salt. Well, nearly fail has to be there. We could take away nearly salt as well. We get another 20 subs before Monday. And that's fine as well. I don't need to take anything away. Or like 3 tier 3 subs. Nearly sell out. It's perfect when I eat spicy food. Okay. How did that villager move so weirdly? Needs 3 more hits, 2 more hits, 1 more hit. Going back there. Map shift so much better. Kind of feels like it, right? Franks, Berbers, Incas. But Zoppy controlling this hill quite nicely. Oh, Hellrider. Welcome. Thank you so much. Martian, 27. No, Hellrider can spam rage as well. And I want nearly drama as well. I really need to get more subs. Need to stream more. Need to drop less. Need to cast more. Need to host more. Yeah, exactly the 7 on gold. That's what the Finns told me once. I have no idea. I had a co-caster once. Wasn't it like Zoppy? Oh, Puck Show! Getting sponsored by Mr. Robo. Okay, Archer's now coming over. Luckily, that's all walled by the max. Needs to be super safe here. Otherwise, it could get really tricky. On the other side, Mentalist is flying in. Oh, now they broke in or out here. However you consider it. Probably they broke out. Just killing the stable. And that's a lot of archers now. Zoppy, hello. Not sure how much he can do there, honestly. I think he should maybe move into Mentalist. He has no answer to that. At the moment, Slam kind of defending with the tower, going for some skirms. And the max is going back. He's on the way to Castle Age, by the way. Something that Mentalist has to be far away from. Only now move to gold. And yeah, I believe Zuri will block a lot of farms. Mentalist now coming over with all his scouts. Let's take a look about that engagement. Only 2 spearmen and they are low HP. So maybe Zoppy could lose everything. +1 defense even flying in. And they will take this engagement. Skirms around as well. And Zoppy, I thought this was an unkillable army. But well, 20 seconds later, it's all cleared up. And that was not a lot of scouts going down. And the high is so nice after Grassed Out. Well, Grassed Out is unbeatable. We can agree that. And I'm not sure why the max took actually villagers back here. Did he lose any? I don't think so. Christian, thank you so much. Twitch Prime flying in. I think I should sell out more often. Guys, this is working great for me. All the money's flying in. Oh god, what are those archers doing? Ay, please. And Manu got sponsored by the Martian as well. We're doing great at the moment, and that were a lot of kills here. Mentalist now back onto gold. Room stock not subbed. Ay. What is Twitch Prime? thing everyone is talking about. Oh god, did you not know that you can subscribe to your favorite Twitch streamer? Or maybe even me by using Twitch Prime completely for free. So you don't need to pay anything and I get damn money. You get damn emotes, damn respect, damn insider jokes. And what else you ever dreamed of. All your wishes come true. You get 1,337 karma points at the same time. And all for free using your Twitch Prime. Hashtag nearly sellout. Oh, those skirms won't really live too long against those very nice upgraded scouts here. And now even camels around. Oh, more camels, and this is quite an aggressive Arabia game here. Trying to chase down those archers and... Oh, Sam is actually doing quite a good job here, but now eventually lost all his skirms. And we see zuppy being up to Castle Age. So one STMR21. You obviously already connected your Twitch account to Save Emote. It's a Kleinhammer. Thank you so much.
Save emotes.
I'm trying to. Nearly sellout has never been that strong to me. Or never been that strong ever. Oh, Mentalist not getting any kills. Release kind of stabilizing here as well. 43 villagers, everyone kind of even. Only Mentalist 10 behind after his gold got raided over and over again. Now trying to catch up. Saying Slam is dead. Well, he's up to Castle Age. He has a defensive tower. He still has a hill. He can go, has 3 archer ranges. He can just go archers and... Why did he build a gate here? Trying to hold his hill. Well, that's going to be tricky now. But he certainly needs some help. Well, that didn't work out. Okay, well, okay, Slam is dead. I thought he would wall a bit more. But yeah, that's pretty ugly for him. Aye, Finland with a comeback, guys. Might be Winland after all. Yeah, finally the max. Well, he was sad that he didn't get paladins at the Pocket Civilization, but maybe Imperial Camels was enough as well. Mentalist now coming over. Slam going down to 37 villagers. They are heavily behind now. Slam trying to save them. Doesn't have a lot of army left though either. And well, Mentalist with scouts won't help that much. I'm paying more attention to my new emote and to the game. Nearly a boy, nearly hype song. As you should. This is like the second most important entertainment thing here. Spain seems to like his crossbow. Want for them quite heavily in every game. So far. Getting one snipe, not a second one. Crossman now from the Lees, and they have more HP. 35 to 41 here. I believe the Lees should be winning that fight. I believe Spain shouldn't really take it. Same upgrades for both. Ballistics though for Spain, and this didn't look like... Oh no! Ballistics for the Lees. Camels could help out though. Oh, trying to go for some quick walls, and zuppy is getting them. Sweet Jesus, that was pretty fast. Villager that gate up, and then house over here as well. Good stuff. Cracks now going for the +3. Defense has 2 stables running. Monastery as well. 3 TCs. This is just so beautiful. 70 villagers for him. On the other side, we have Mentalist going for 53. And obviously the weaker units. This is looking better and better for the Finns. But when I look at the score, I'm getting proven wrong. Oh god, this engagement, I'm not 100% sure if that's the greatest one ever. I think even sniping down the hill could make some sense. He's getting all the camels, and I believe that's pretty bad. I believe. Why is he attacking in here? Against that hill, he's trying to micro it. Even if he wins, this is looking pretty tough for him. I believe that was a huge fail by Valise. Trying to attack together here, but Hill advantage is something that you very rarely should underestimate in Age of Empires. And suddenly, look at that, Spain is leading by 1k score here. Even Klafka is like, ay. Okay, and now Mantis is going for some kills. Whoa, that was weird. That was weird. Now Slam's trying to go for something. Doesn't have bloodlines onto his genitors yet, but swissboyy going for the defensive mangonels and switching on to knights apparently. Doesn't have a lot of upgrades on his. At the moment is none. And so there's nice amount of knights here as well. Max. Oh, all his camels. Let's see how he perform against that mass amount of crossbowmen as well. Mentalist in Spain still in a good spot here, and maybe NaBs in the end can make something happen here against Finland that some consider to be a small favorite to maybe even make it into the top 4, top 2 or something and be really tricky. Oh, really high. Aye, guys, you're so nice to me. Okay, let's take a look. The Max now continuing to go and clear up some small armies, but he really needs to help over here. Aye. Now out of his gold is released. Stone at the front, and we have more gold spots here at the front. One more in the back. I'm not 100% sure who that belongs to. Spain with a nice push. Martina, thank you so much for another gifted sub. This time to Mr. Semi-amazing Pyramid Denied Cavalier. It's all planned. The Finns want to face SY or China. Well, we will see. Maybe they want to reenact the Nations Cups. Now going for the main TC here. Release in a wall of trouble. 90 pop for him though, so they overall are still leading because Slam only had 60 pop and he has a very weak army. But, well, let's see how those camels are coming in, trying to go for the engage. Obviously, Mangonel hits could be super big here at the moment. Mangonel's mainly focusing on the knights. Let's take a look. Now the pass is clear. Mangonel could be big. We have Spaden running back. Mangonel is getting sniped. And the camels are now closing down the distance, and those Indian camels are just so good now closing down. Obviously the damage output isn't that great, but crossmen are closing down the distance as well. Villagers, not a lot died actually. Maybe some farms, like 4 farms as well down. Maybe just remill, but so many rams as well going down. And look at the score now, the max pocket position, just going for the big clear up. Beautiful job by him, and he's on the way to Imperial Age. Are you kidding me? At the same time, swissboyy trying to go and defend against Slam. Should have the way better eco here as well. 104 villagers for him, going for more stables, and he will just go for the big cavalier flood. So enemies kind of need to go for halberdiers now. Maybe sling Spaden onto Camayukes? Question mark. He has enough stone to build a castle. Sometimes you forget that, being the Incas. Slam actually doing quite a bit of damage there with only 2 knights. Damaging those mangonels quite heavily. But repair is flying in for swissboyy, and indeed he's getting it. Does he get another shot off? Looks like he could have. But Slam wisely microing back. At the same time, Release is trying to get a castle up, still has the hill advantage. Moment. The Finns are chasing away, and the max tributing to Release. That's just sending some random resources. That's not really a thing, guys. Get more stables at it. I want to see Heavy Camel instantly. Maybe transition into Imperial Camel quickly after that as well. Maybe the transition into Red Archers is now an option. 10 military, 33 military actually for the max. That's interesting. Mentalist on the way to Imperial Age as well. Now the big raid fest could start. The big cavalry upgrade, +4 defense, and going back. Lamb would have done knights 100% if there wasn't any in pocket. Well, and if there wasn't Frank pocket as well, right? But Frank doesn't have a lot of options. Now needs to defend himself there. Needs to send knights back to defend against camel raids. Not the greatest option ever. And +5 already on those camels. Look at that. And Hamble camels now any second as well. Those are big raids. And suddenly Mentalist is dropping below 100 villagers. Not all of them can even fit into the TCs, and that's an ugly raid shortly before you're reaching Imperial age. And that's more than 20 villagers gone already. And more raids here over at that side. Some more camels are waiting for later spots. And suddenly, Mentalist Eco, he was looking into maybe some solid production, but this is now so ugly. And look at that, the max even going for Imperial Camel. He is just one of the strongest player in the pocket position there, playing this over and over again. So known for his... Actually, normally teal paladin pocket plays over and over again, but it seems like Imperial Camels work just fine for him as well. Trying to go for that gold over here and trying to set up some trade. Elise is now controlling the center area. Didn't go for any returns just yet, quite to my surprise, because they would perform well against the Obelisk of Spain. They kind of have like +4 defense or +6 defense or something against Pierce, so could make some sense. At the same time, look at Mentalist and Slam Zico. It's just horrible. Zuppy is raiding so much as well. Huge troubles here for Slam. And look at those villagers. Ay, ay, ay. If you have small children at home, close their eyes. Ay, 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 ay. Look at that. That's so brutal. And it's not like he didn't pull them away early enough. It's just like the damage output was so big. And Zuppy going for paladins as well, going for another castle. Elise is now Imp is holding that, and G to the G. Finally, Finland is taking a map win here. And we already saw a re-sweep today after a team led 2-0. Still throwing it away 3-2. So maybe we could see that as well. And maybe we could see 36 minutes of a consecutive stream here, guys. Now I can jinx it as much as I want, because if we drop, it's not the worst in the world. Achievements. Anthem time as well. Oh, Anthem? I'm not... Yeah, okay, I will give Anthem to you guys. You have been so nice to me. Even if it mutes the VOD, that happens. Okay, the max going for all the kills. Even going for some trade. Kind of a early switch stuff. Did trade with, like, I believe release start market there. Okay, finish. Oh, folk song. Okay, let me quickly do all the... no.
Ievan äitinsä kammarissa virsiä veisata huijutti. Kun tämä poika naapurissa hän on tyttöön huijutti. Eikä tätä poikoa hän on haittaa, sillä tuolla skoolaiassa laitaa sättii.
bop, 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 bop. That day I do. That day I do. Oh, the Max is performing so well there. Ah. What the hell is this? It's a Finnish national anthem. And for all the guys who didn't know, that's the Max. So he was a singer of the national anthem at one point. Oh, isn't that great, guys? Isn't that great? Ah. I also love the Chinese anthem. We should play that as well again. Mao Zedong. Ah. Okay, let me give an update on how many subs we need for German Day. We need 15 more. Sick. 122 subs, 135 sub points. What will we have tomorrow? Oh, Brazil! Brazil! I love the Brazilian one as well. Oh god. Okay, let me search. We had 10 new subs today, 20 new follows, 6 donation and 13,000 biddies flying in. So it has been at some part depressing stream, but overall actually great numbers. The US national anthem is awesome too. Well, what did I choose there? I have no idea. Please link to the Chinese one. Someone else said something nice. Why isn't the Max in teal? Well, he didn't play Age of Empires at that point. Is it a joke? No. Am I looking like I'm joking? Max was pocket as well. Yeah. No NaBs anthem. National anthem of Norway. Oh god, let me see if I have this one still. Oh. That's TheViper. Oh, as a kid. I think I will get a lot of money at one point for that video. Actually, it is kind of public. Obviously, I instantly saved it before it was posted somewhere. Like I knew this could be worth millions at one point. You cannot delete anything from the internet. And especially not when I saw it first. That wasn't like the catchy ending that I wanted to go for. You have the clip of Viper singing in China. I believe it was from my phone even. I have the same song where he drank sang that drunk. Maybe it was Len recording it, but yeah, I have the song as well. Yeah. Like TheViper with the leader for more subs? No, not now. Maybe at another point I will blackmail him with that. We'll see. Ruby YouTube channel has this clip on singing in China. Sick! Okay, well, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I have it in my WhatsApp as well. It'll then send it to all of us. Okay, guys, let's jump into game number... Did we do the civs? We did not. Indians were picked. We had also Vietnamese being picked and Persians. On the other side, we have the NaBs picking Franks, Berbers, and Spaden was Incas. Okay, I'm a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Let's see what they are picking in map number 4. Remember, Finns. Without any restarts, NaBs still have one, and we will take a closer look at how they are trying to approach this here. In game number 4, we are looking at Socotra, a map that I believe we haven't seen this tournament so far. Release is playing the Malay. We have... Oh, it's so tough to see who is with them. The Max playing Saracens. And we have Zubi playing Mongols. And I can already hear some units die. And that was the loss for Spaden. And that was after the restart could have been called. And oof, that elephant didn't get the kills. Okay, so that seems to be a successful steal here by Spaden. Well, I believe he did steal one before and now took his own one back. And Spain is playing the Byzantines. We have Aztecs for Nicov for Slam and Aztecs for Mentalist. That's kind of interesting. For everyone who doesn't know this map, people are very close together and you're surrounded by a lot of wood. So naturally you feel like, yeah, short distance, you can block a lot of people, zone out a lot of map. Tower Rush would be your best choice, but you're wrong. Because you only start with 20 stone and there's none on the map. So if you want to build one single tower, you need to buy 200 stone. So I personally think Saracens are actually quite a good civilization on this one. Just go a full tower rush madness and buy all your stone. But that's just me doing crazy talk. Wait, how do you get a castle? Well, buying 700 stone. If you didn't spend the first reward. And yeah, team walling seems to be a viable strategy. And look at that, Zubi is walling quite aggressively. The max up to 855. And he is indeed playing Saracens. And is he? Don't tell me he's playing my strategy. Don't tell me he's playing my strategy. He's sending villagers forward, gold miners. Market is cheaper as well for them. I think he might go for the trash. Where's he going? Okay. Ay. Some uninformed people not seeing my chat and now being surprised by what's going on. That will be a tower rush by the max. Guys, you heard it here first. That's why you tuned in. Forward market is an option as well. No, I think, and that's a beauty as well. You instantly get cartography. You will always build good towers. This is interesting, and this will be super strong because you cannot counter tower against this. Market needs to be the first building. Indeed, it's coming. Even building with 2 villagers. He's sending a lot of villagers forward. Slam should know what's up. I think he should honestly send 10 villagers against this, or at least like double the amount, like 7. I believe like 9. I don't mind 10. I really don't mind sending in 10 villagers to try to defend this off. Well, Spain is sending 3. Spain is sending 5. Now buying 200 stone. And the first tower could be flying in. Okay, what are we seeing on the other side? Release just walling half of the map. Mentalist is going for archers. And the first tower isn't going up. And I like this. Look at that. Slam and Spain there. They are going for the right direction. Oh, for the right reactions here, I wanted to say. zupi now going for the stable. Maybe archers would have been the better choice to complement this. Or maybe even M&As. I believe M&A together with that tower rush would have been absolutely awesome. I think zupi went for the wrong units. Ay. Now some spearmen. But scouts, you will see Spain and Slam both just going for spearmen anyways. Now the first tower. Oh, the max bought another 100 stone. Archery range now for Spain. And that will be a very tricky situation. Double archery range here, double archery range there. So that won't be very significant here. Whew. I believe this is looking good for the Finns. We might see and hear another anthem of them. Let's see the tower a bit too far forward if you ask me. But yeah. They didn't commit. I'm now going for another... Oh, going for a market. Quite weird. Now the trash continues and Slam will lose a lot of farms. Red and teal? What's your question? Team together are purple, red and teal against orange, grey and blue. zupi tries to go for the greatest team walls, but Mentalist is actually already in. But Release sees that, should send in his archers. Actually a bit late here compared to Mentalist. Not the greatest start of the teams now, both with a pretty similar fletching timing. Slam using his 20 stone, trying to get those walls up. One behind there. Quite a nice job. Slam still has enough gold out. Whew, what a crazy game. This is exactly what I wanted to see and what we kind of predicted when we saw the Saracens pick here by the max. Oh, but he needs to get microed back. 2 HP on him. Oh, and some small losses. I honestly feel zupi goes on to M&A here. This gets even better. Release now out. Maybe they can double over here. Thing is, Slam will never be safe all game long. He bought 200 stone for himself now, trying to get a tower up, but it's, well, not really cheap for him. Now trying to get the market down. Take a quick look at Slam. How much does he pay? 190 gold for 100 stone. He needed to buy twice. That's really costly for him. And another defensive tower. Ay. Spaden. Not really super efficient with his archers here. Wall all this area. Oh, and the max. Actually 33 villagers behind this. Not too shabby at all. Uh-oh! Mentalist in some troubles here. Those scouts of zupi really helping out. Slam not really there, and that's a lot of villagers dead here. Release +1 attack, no defense upgrade. Mentalist losing more and more. He suddenly looks at only 5 military against 13 in the space. This looks super bad for Mentalist. So many villagers down. I believe this could be even the GG here. Honestly, like, what can he really do? Those are so many villagers going down. Wood is completely unprotected as well. This is just so ugly. Slam's losing archer, scout after scout. Archers are now down to 3. He doesn't have a single villager working on gold. Guys, this game is over. This game is already over. Now he can even decide, what do I do? Do I want to kill all the wood villagers, or do I want to kill camp the wood, camp the gold? He could have went for both. He will surely get major damage done in both cases. zupi just around. Now going for the +1 defense. Already has bloodlines as well, killing the last archers off, and there's no answer to what Velise has here. Mentalist, look at that, pop 20, and this is going down and down even further. No chance for him. Adds takes villagers here, and he is just completely out of this game. Yeah, and this was 19 minutes. One prepared strategy executed stable enough. Not the right not the right reactions here by Slam and Spaden. As I said before, you need to pull mass amount of villagers, fight this off. Spaden with archers around could have really helped out. Spaden archers, Slam mass amount of villagers, fight this off. Both going for spearmen against Zupi. They could have fought this off. Didn't chase enough. Towers could have gone up. Slam couldn't defend. Spaden walled himself off. They were not combined together, the team anymore. Therefore, Mentalist was completely open for a double, and the game was over. Beautiful execution by our Finns here. 2-2, going into game number 5. And guys, I believe game number 5 actually has to be the hype song. Sorry, guys. Maybe if Finland wins, I can give you another anthem. That hype song has the first priority. I prefer the tips of Finland, Britons, Portuguese. Last match is Colosseum. Okay, let's answer some questions you had here before we jump into game number 5. Hello again, how was the evening? Good and bad. Do you know why DauT is inactive these days? Well, there weren't good tournaments for him before that, and he's only coming back for tournaments. He's playing on a super profitable site that gave him like poker, a lot of super profitable poker site that just gave him ridiculous amounts of money, and like for like not a lot of work. And he also has like a 3-month-old kid, so kind of focusing on that as well. living a bit of the family life, right? And yeah, that's just the DauT life. But I talked to him 9 months now. Okay, I talked to DauT because yeah, I wanted to figure out how active he will be for future tournaments, and he said that he will train a lot and will take the upcoming tournaments very seriously. Like, they are trying to somewhat get in shape for Battle of Africa, but tournaments after that, he will be in shape, he said. This week he wanted to get in shape for BoA. I think he streamed like 2 days, maybe 3. So that's more than normal, right? But yeah, he said he wants to stream every day. That didn't happen. He has been streaming every other day. Okay. Without taking it too seriously. Well, somewhat seriously. Okay, guys, let's jump into the last game. We still have NaBs with 1 potential restart. Finland are completely out of theirs. And we see the strongest civ in the game, Portuguese, here in the pocket position. And we have the Max playing the Britons flank. Pretty beautiful job or stuff for them. And Zupi with the Turks here. Quite like they would love it. Maybe Turks pocket a bit better, but it's all fine. Ghost for Mentalist here. Tough to wall that for him. Slam, Chinese pocket. Probably what you like as well. And Spaden going for the Koreans flank. So positionings again pretty nice for both teams. This is an intense one. Who will go up and face the winners here? Will face AM or VNS, and who will face the losers? The Chinese teams. China A, China SY as well, and the loser of tomorrow, obviously. Tyrant against Brazil. This is not Bedouins, but like the general structure, it's Bedouins with already built TCs and no pawns, no extra sheep, no extra boars, normal resources, and so forth and so on. Ah, DauT started dreaming just as we were talking. Feels bad, man. Wanted to play him some more poker. Praise the Lord. You probably watched my stream and felt bad, like, oh god, I made promises to Neely, and now I'm a scrub. Well, and he played a pretty good series on Monday against TaToH as well. We have to remember that, right? We're considering TaToH top 10 at the moment in the world. And DauT just beating him 5-3 really shows you, or 5-2 even, right? 5-2, 5-3, something like that. And yeah, so that was a pretty good series and very sharp play by him as well. Okay, Spain now the first one to be up, and we are expecting nothing less than a tower rush out of him from Koreans, right? At the moment he's not going for that. Now sending some villages on stone, and then he should get crazy. The Max, why can he really spread his stuff out? Will be tough for him. Now 3 on stone. What is Spaden doing? Everyone going with quite reasonable timings. Look at that, 10-10 to 10-18. Everyone going for their pop 22. Only Slam with a pretty solid start here. Look at that, pop 24 out of him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. What is Slam doing? That's very well done here. Okay, now the 6 villager tower rush here from Spaden will try to block the berries off and the deer. And maybe later on move into release. We will see about that. And let's maybe switch into the point of view of the Max. What does he see? He didn't scout the stone. He don't actually scouted very little. Woo, trash. Indeed. Thanks so much for your biddies. The Martian. And we're consistent, very consistent support today. Okay, militia now coming to the front. Here over at Mentalist. Always a question, do you go for the militia before feudal age or not if you're goth? Mentalist now going for the MLA upgrade, trying to do some pressure. Let's take a look. Wood lines needs to be walled here by Zuppy. For now, that's not really happening. Tower rush of Spaden. Now going into that food line. That will be really tricky for the Max. He is building a defensive tower at his gold. Will be fine in that regard, but his food income will be very low. Only 2 farms at the moment. Not getting any Zebras for him. What is he trying to do? Okay, 3 militia trying to go around, but that is walled. Good job by Spaden. Slam, in the meanwhile, is going for scouts. Same thing for Mr. Belize here. And, well, those MLAs aren't doing any damage against Zuppy. Maybe could have found some kills over at the woodline. Now trying to go for the barracks and maybe some spearmen to protect his villagers. See, not trashing towards the stone. That's something very rarely to be seen. If I see like 2 stone spots over here, I probably am trying to build 1 just to block it. Yeah, Korean is like the worst design civ at the moment, for sure. Very, very one-dimensional. Not too great. Not a lot of kills this far in this game. Trying to play this quite defensively, no overtopping possibilities here. Either could still raid Mr. Slam over here, but not really happening. Range of Tower the Wood maybe? Well, that's far away from him. Needs to slowly get there first. Defensive tower by the Max. That means that Spaden maybe just runs in here and tries to get 2 towers up, but that is risky against villagers and archers, obviously. I think he cannot really do that, yeah. Scouts out for Slam, but cannot really find any kills. Even Zuppy now walled this up as well. Trust my favorite strategy. Oh god! I will have a YouTube video coming out end of this week. Double Trash, where I and my enemy are both going for Trash. And in a hilarious game. Defensive tower just right in time before the archers came over. Looks like Spain is not a good trasher. Yeah, I would have loved to see some more pressure over at the stone. Then you naturally get onto the wood as well. Obviously, I see the reasoning behind blocking the berries and the deer at the same time as well. So far, the tower hasn't achieved anything. Well, pushed him off a lot of free food and therefore some idle time, for sure. But yeah, could have been more efficient for sure. Maybe trash pocket? Well, I'm not sure how much he scouted before that. Yeah, he had no idea about the pocket position. And just blindly trashing is not the greatest choice most of the time. Trash defense is more intense than scout defense. It is tough. Okay, and indeed, now trying to go for that pocket position. At least just having the tower somewhat in no man's land. Kind of interesting. Slam going for bloodlines and wheelbarrow. The only guy who will have that, I assume. And what is that? Could be a good double, but kind of messed up here. Ran into the tower, and the 3 archers could maybe be enough to scare them away at the same time. Weird walls by Slam, but they really paid off. I didn't expect that. Really buying himself some time, knowing that the double is coming over. Oh, didn't finish those walls. What is going on here? Kind of weird, isn't it? Now trying to get an aggressive tower up over here is Spaden. At the same time, the random tower of Belize is getting killed. And the stream ended. So we had a drop over here. Whew. Trushing intensifies. Villager count, very even for all of them. 31 to 33. Nothing too special. Military count, well, obviously better for the Finns. That's because one guy is trushing. I believe that could be costly here. Slam doesn't have a lot of stuff at home. He has one defensive tower though, everything close at home. Shouldn't be the biggest problem. Let's see what he will do with that later on. We'll have heavily upgraded scouts. And yeah. Nice amount of food for him. Really played those Chinese extremely strong. Happy to see that. Drop free for over an hour. I would never drop. He could have trashed his gold. That counter tower on gold was really nice, right? Yeah, he saw that coming. That's why. Who was that? The Max is a Brits player, right? Counter tower quite nicely there. Oh, 500 more food collected. It's pretty strong, right? He had a pretty nice start for sure. Nearly should I subscribe? Well, it's not my decision, right? If you feel like I want to support, if you feel like you want to support me and I deserve it, then you probably could take that into consideration. Why didn't they go to their boat? Probably didn't scout that area. But yeah, it always, the wood should be there. Should Robo give me a subscription? He thinks he wants to support me and you deserve it? Maybe yes. Really, what job do you have besides streaming? I'm a primary school teacher, but did quit that 2 weeks ago. So mainly streaming and playing some online poker as well. Some casino poker, but not that much. So I had good years in poker, so I don't really rely on money at the moment, but trying to see how far I can make it with streaming as well. Gifting a sub form of support? I think so. Robo is misusing his mod powers. Well, he needs to use it quite often till he loses those. Henley, you sound tired. Thank you for your efforts and great casting. What a nice hippo. Thank you so much. I am really tired. You have to think about, I'm casting for a solid 8 hours now, and it was game after game. Like, my throat really hurts. Some people message me, hey, are you going out tonight? And I feel like just like, if you want to talk, you can come over. Something like that. But, oh, Ruby, thank you so much for your subscription. It was long overdue. And thank you, Robo, for paying for it. Okay guys, we're instantly jumping into game number 2. I wanted to do some more trash talking, but no time for that. We have the Max doing the beautiful counter tower. We want to see how this turns out. Slam is still out with his scouts in the same time. It feels like he's attacking this quite nicely, now going for this other tower. And at home, they broke this. Well, seems like Slam is holding this though, and this tower of Elise is going down. This looks good for Slam. I never shout at my kids. Now Roomstock can finally shout Zoomstock in the chat as well, while using some hippo emotes. Beautiful. Okay, that tower is still active. Spain needs to get another one up over here to block the gold. I believe that tile is the one I would go for. Okay. Oh, mining camp is weird. Okay, now trying to take the engagement, but honestly, against Bloodlines at +1, your scouts won't perform too well. You surely need some more spearmen. And what is the problem here for Spain? No, he doesn't have any stone income anymore. One tricky tower here by Mr. Max was really efficient here. Spain only now going for fletching. Had some problems earlier here, and well, Slam is just so active with the scouts over and over again. Everyone still in the feudal age. Let's take a look. Mentalist. Actually doing quite some solid pressure against Zuppy here, who is now switching on to skirmish, though will not have a good transition into castle age then. Defensive tower for him, and that's kind of what you need to do here to defend your woodlines. And that tower is going down. Looks pretty tricky for Vilicia and NaBs. They are looking strong in this series. Tower is kind of up, not focusing down on those villagers though. Would upgrade only now for the max. Kind of tough to think about this when you're over and over in pressure situations. Maybe he did intentionally delay it as well. Archers now for Mentalist out. Let's take a look. Can he snipe one or two more villagers? Maybe just go over to that wood line. That would be so deadly. So deadly. Oh, that looks like group number 4 for Belize. And we're so back. Which it often seems like full of kids. Yeah. Will Slam carry NaBs? Well, he's at least trying to. He played pretty nicely in all the other games. Now the first one up to Castle Age, even getting onto Stone, has 2 stables up, a beautiful food eco running for him, enough villagers on gold, and he has everything running quite nicely for him. Did I just drop? I'm not 100% sure. Something flickered over here. But I could also be just confused and paranoid now. Spain at the same time losing quite a lot of villagers here over at his forward. Quite a lot of losses and no more spearmen around for him. If he just had like 3-4 spearmen, didn't he build a barracks? He did, but not using them at the moment. Ah. Chinese pocket is a good thing. Yeah, certainly. Getting pressure too early. Can get all the upgrades, delay everything to Castle Age. Just beautiful for sure. Spain now completely lost his forward. Belize up to Castle Age. Let's take a look. Mentalist and Zuppy kind of in a race here as well. Is Mentalist maybe going for stone? Not really. He will just stay on his crosswind. Kind of makes sense. What is Spain doing? Well, kind of trying to stabilize at home, right? The Max, oh, he goes for a sling now. He's going for coinage. And more villagers in, and that will be a sling towards, I believe, should be Belize, right? Because he can build those knights cheaper. Obviously, a pretty strong tips to get to receive a sling then. Slam, I actually would love to see him go for light cap as well. That amount still left of scouts here. 8 and not the lowest HP. We're now trying to go for some walls. Let's see if they can pressure that properly. Max running around. Slam with all his upgrades. Look at that. He's going for everything in the books. Pretty nice job. Mentalist. Well, they will probably just go for the poor Belize, and he will have troubles for sure. Now we hear the sling, the bad sling actually, towards Belize. So he should probably add stable number 3 and maybe even stable number 4. Uh-oh, this could get interesting for him. I don't really see him saving those villagers if Mentalist is taking good care. We will see. Lot of army chasing down for Zopino, now moving all the villagers to the left-hand side. Beautiful job, Belize saving those. So that's a good start. Where are the Knights of Slam? Totally at the other side, so they cannot really help. That's the last army they can work with. They're kind of trying to run. Why battling? Because less resources are coming to your teammate if you're slinging in uneven numbers. I'll do a video for that pretty soon. And, well, could raid that gold. We'll see. Slam still... Oh, he's sending all the knights over. That's why they're running. Sacrificing some of the scouts. They have no power civ. Well, Portuguese are kind of fine. I think just going for 2 stables is way too little. Look at that. He has knights queued up. That's something you absolutely don't want to have. And he also is not using all his resources. Something you don't want to have. At the moment, he would have exactly the same production, even if he didn't get the thing. Oh. And that's all getting cleared up. At least just having the shorter reinforcement line here just allowed him to kill all that quite nicely off. At least maybe with that amount of floating resources, you could even think about going up to Imperial age pretty soon. But technically that doesn't make a lot of sense. He needs to go for more knights, but that's not the greatest way of putting those resources on the map here. Is he building a 3rd stable? Finally, but that's so long overdue. Not the greatest play by him at all. Nor by, not happy how the Finns are playing this at the moment. Spain now going with the aggressive castle. Not sure if I like that positioning. Honestly, if he's slinging and you already have some towers up, why aren't you building it like over here? Protects your gold in the future. And, well, your stone is somewhat unrated anyways. And you can actually attack his TC as well. The Max now going for some more defensive towers. Will lose his TC anyways. Where is the Knight Masses of Felice? Going over to the other side. Interesting. On kind of an even playground. Think this looks good for NaBs. Max is so feudal. Yeah, he slings everything. 59 villagers for him though. That's pretty high. It's pretty high for the Max here. We'll lose tower after tower, villager after villager. Unless Elise is coming and helping him quite soon. Can it add more stable to maybe go onto some camels as well. And that's a big weakness of the Night Sling. It can get countered by camels quite nicely, and Slam should realize that. Last red, no rush, but thank you so much. Still some Knights of Belize only now going for horse color. Pretty brutal. Added some more TCs here over at the wood line. Raiden focusing on the market. Therefore the Max needs to rebuild it. Really is rushing that one out now. Look at that. He really wants to send resources, it seems. Another raid in here. Slam is actually scaring away. Release that. That's weird. And now going for camels. Let's take a look. Seems like Zopi will have a pretty good push against Mentalist here. He's on the way to Imperial Age, has an aggressive castle up as well. We don't see the weirdest manual moves ever here, which we don't. Zopi should be in a very dominant position over here. Even micro impact those 2 villagers, beautiful move. And Now, some Janissaries could be added. I don't really see Mentalist doing anything against that. Defensive Castle is not really an option. He will be later to Imperial. Belize up to Imp as well. Maybe they can still do this, guys. The max now with Horse Color as well. Look at after all those farms being built. He had a very late first wood upgrade, but Horse Color that late as well. Ah, yeah, that's just super brutal. That's getting some kills against Mangonels, something that actually shouldn't really happen here. And Spaden not microing that at all. What is going on? Lamb, let's take a look. Can he get some fights against Release? Ah, Slam, Mentalist, and Spaden. Some of them need to click up to Imperial. So let's quickly check the resources. We have Slam. Well, he is looking into him pretty soon. Yeah, not building any more camels. Just waiting for a handcart, and then he's probably going for it. On the other side, Spaden is lacking gold heavily. He doesn't have the eco. That's not going to happen too soon. Mentalist. Not the greatest amount of gold for him either. Now getting some ground attacks done. Where is his other gold spot? One is over here. The other one is blocked over here. He won't get up to Imp either. He simply needs to switch onto Elite Skirmishes now. This will be very ugly for him. Uh-oh, and we had a big fight over here, I believe. Slam took that a bit better because he had a lot of camels still in. Zuppy should have focused down all those camels. And Belize is trying to go back quite a bit as well. Obviously wants to fight after he's Imperial Age. And Zuppy instantly with chemistry here as well. Should do quite a bit of damage. Bracer is flying in as well. Only 60 volts Imp. Is it enough? Not really, but he's also getting a sling. That's what he's counting on. Mentalist will lose his TC for sure. 2 castles now to defend. One from Mentalist, one from Slam. Let's see how that will go. Slam only now on the way to Imperial Age. Mentalist, he kind of has to stay on skirms here. Oh, that's not an engagement Slam can take. Zuppy is now doing quite a bit of damage here against those knights. Same time, Spaden should completely erase the max from the map. They should get onto gold. Mentalist is going there. That's nice team play. That's nice team play for sure. Absolutely love that. Whew. Still a very close game, guys. Not sure who I can call having the advantage here. I'd say... Ah, it's so close. Well, the max is kind of out of it, but Zuppy has quite a strong army. Well, Release is quite nicely positioned as well, and Slam quite far away from getting onto Imp. Look at that, still 1.5 minutes away. Then the full heavy camel upgrade and upgrade away as well. Not too much on gold as well. Tough for me to call. Yeah, Slam will have some losses. I believe this game is super open still, guys. Mentalist, he needs to make some magic happen. He's now trying to go onto chemistry as well. Probably trying to go for some bombard cannon defense himself against the bombard cannon aggression. Not trying to go for the heavy repair, but that has to be costly. Repairing against 4 bombard cannon will be so tough. At the same time, did Slam really think he could take an engagement here? I think he just needs to accept that he will lose those 20 or 15 villagers in here. And yeah, just wait for all his upgrades. He lost way too many HP. At the same time, Mentalist lost quite a bit of army as well. I'm not 100% sure if I like that decision, now trying to fight against those units. But as I said, those crossbowmen now, even they are double S, plus 4 in Imp really helps them so much. Mangonels obviously dying. Castle now completely repaired. Cavaliers for Slam. I think camels could have been somewhat important as well. Camels and skirmishers could have been the answer here, but they lost way too much here in Castle Age, if you ask me. Before the upgrades were kicking in, the question is, what can Spaden do? And he's going for war wagons. I'm not sure if I like war wagons. I think a halberdier push in the eco release would have been the way better choice. What are war wagons really going to do? They won't really compete over here. They won't really do too much against Release. Oh. Wasn't that the MTC for Slam? No. Well, if it was, then it was a huge hiccup by him. Because he just had defensive disease as well. Populations looking better for the Finns. NaBs was leading this series 2-0, and now we're in game number 5. The score is looking better and better for them for sure. I believe the Max might have stopped his sling. He has quite a lot of farms here and very nicely positioned them for sure. Now slowly starting his trade even. Not that that will be super efficient in fuel rage though. And let's take a look. Mentalist isn't getting the kills in here as well. Ah. Mentalist losing more and more, sending more villagers over, trying to get the gold income that he was waiting for. 94 pop for him only though. No military for him at all. The only guy with military. Compare the militaries, guys. 100 and roughly 40 for the Finns. On the other side, 50. That's just not comparable. That's ridiculous how the Max saved all his villagers there, right? 76. That's so weird. Didn't lose a lot all game long as it seems. 27 losses only. That's just incredible play by him. Artillery now coming over for Zupi. Not the most important upgrade here. I believe at this point I would even love to see like 4 bomber towers, 4 bomber towers more at the front. They could do more. And Slam desperately needs to get heavy camels. He's not doing that now, trying to take a reasonable engagement here. Not a lot of help from Zupi. He's even going back. I have no idea what's going on here. And Felice needs to fall back. The Max now going for some more sling upgrades. And probably will continue with food and wood sling onto his teammates, who now really need to focus on getting some of those golds. Switching around with the gold spots here. Slam, pop 140, he needs to get onto higher numbers. Zupi 170, and his push continues quite heavily. Bombard cannons now doing damage from a ridiculous range. And cannoneers quite nice as well. Bombard cannon defense of Mentalist obviously not that great anymore. Slam not really with the transition out of his unit choice and as well. To go onto his gold. What are they doing? Oh, interesting raid here in the back. Elise just super active all around. And those were some raids into Spaden space as well. I have no idea where is Spaden with his war wings. Well, not really doing anything. And they seem just super slow to me. Yeah, it's surprising that Spaden is still only pop 90, right? I believe just boom and halberdier push would have been the answer. Instead of going for a single war wagon. What is he achieving with those war wagons? Ah! I believe that's a huge mistake. Food and gold even being slung to release. Kind of interesting. How did he have gold left? So has archers left. Ay ay ay. Slam just trying to get his numbers higher and higher. Waiting for the war wagons. And then trying to take the last engagement. Mentalist, now the lowest in score. Trying to go for the reboom over here. Not really happening. When will we see the final engagement over here? If it is a final engagement, it seems like Slam feels this could be a good time. War wagons are coming over, maybe a bit late though. Slam is pushing this quite nicely. Still no heavy camel upgrade. Nice numbers here for Slam though. 60 military for him, at least in the 50s, but somewhat spread around. Some Cavaliers actually trying to snipe the bombard cannons. Didn't really happen. Slam with a beautiful engagement here. Nice numbers for him. War wagons are now chasing down. They would perform pretty well against the hand cannoneers. Trying to get some converts done. Slam denying those, at least denying one. And bombard cannons now pushing for Mentalist. NaBs are still in this one. Or are they? I'm not 100% sure. This is a nice clear up for sure. Slam is absolutely fighting on for their life. Zombie somehow still has crossbowman back here. How did that happen? Was that maybe the attack over here? It is tough to say. Should be cleared up by the war wagons. They are perfect to do that. Slam needs to go back. They need to get the trade running. Something they are missing so heavily. And release that single cavalier is just so efficient. Only if he killed those villagers, obviously. Denying that for another time would have been so nice. Now elite janissaries for zupi. They have the trade somewhat running. Look at that, 8, 12 and 29 even for the max. So his sling will be super, super efficient. Absolutely love that. Somewhat being blocked, but overall quite efficient. Short distance though. Zupi elite janissaries. Let's take a look how his hand cannons will perform before that. So I'm now going for caravans. Still have no idea why we're seeing war wagons on this map. Maybe just sling slam as well could have been a better option than war wagons. It would have been so tough for zupi to switch away from his janissaries and into heavy camels. Now the max actually shouldn't go for that gold. It should be only zupi because he collects that 20% faster. And indeed, zupi is now going for the heavy camels. So realizes, okay, scariest guy is Slam, and he has quite a strong army. And now, oh no, don't tell me, Slam is going back and Spaden is controlling this front area. 0 trade still for NaBs. Well, Slam built 1 trade card. That's simply not enough. Not looking great for them at all in that regard. And slowly but surely they're running out of gold. They only have this left for their team, and that's not even 2k left. And so there's still some gold in the bank. Quite nice for them. Can he maybe get the eco rolling? He has 100 villagers working for him again. That the max shouldn't sling. I think he absolutely should continue with his sling. Best decision they could go for. Britons now aren't doing much. And it's way too long to transition into anything that isn't that much greater than bombard cannon and janissaries anyways. They have the ranged units already tagged in the back here. I like that the max isn't wasting resources and trying to go out on Arbalest. Slam is having the big problems now. Only 30 military for him, only 100 villagers, and the army count is again just very dominant here. For Hermie flying in with the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. What is Mentalist even doing? Well, he got erased completely from his base, right? He is rebooming, and he is now going on to Halberdiers, it seems. The push that I wanted to see earlier from Spaden is now going into Elite War Wagons and Dumpring, so getting the upgrades on those. Slam still in the elite start market. Trying to get something rolling here, but it is very slow. Mentalist. He needs to get onto gold quite heavily. He needs to start the trade ASAP. That's a spot where I actually don't mind spring markets. Just build 10, build like 4 trade cards out of all of them, but he decides to give all the resources to Slam. They kind of need that to hold this area, but that's it. The Elite War Wagon raid. Well, actually get somewhat trapped here. Sniping quite reasonably well, but well, they are tough to micro for sure. The max now walling all this area. Beautiful job. And this push will just be so hard. Slam gearing up for another army. 40 military for him. zupi with 90 military though. Is he adding the stables at the front? Not for now. I don't like how few bomber towers he's building, except that he's doing this absolutely perfectly. Now going for architecture. Slam even missing the +4 attack. Oh, yo. That was pretty bad for all the fights before then. And Mentalist now only going for the +2 attack now at the 58-minute mark. Maybe this is the last fight. This is the last stance of Mentalist. And Spaden together with Slam, but not really. Another raid, oh god, and that's pretty annoying for sure. Even some hussars here around by zupi. Now going for Halberdiers here at the front, is that maybe an option? We don't really see the engagement coming at the moment. Is Slam going in now? He shouldn't really go for the patrol. What are we witnessing? Now he's pushing in. We saw 0 converts this far from zupi. Actually, he has to have 1 convert. The war wagons need to push in as well. And Slam taking fights over again, and now retreating. Not what they need at the moment. Absolutely not what they need. And where is Mentalist? Why is he not having like 30 Halberdiers here at the front, fight off against Willies as well. At the moment, the war wagons from the back are doing quite some damage, though. Mental is only now going for the Halberdier upgrade. This will be now building a castle over here. As I said, I believe castles isn't the most important thing. I believe like just a train of, or road of bomber towers should do this as well. But I believe the game is over anyways. Slam at the moment, 0 military left. Spain is on a unit that won't really perform well against anything that the enemy is doing. And we have another guy who is going for not even completely upgraded halberdiers and doesn't have the greatest eco in the world. This has to be the GG. 1 hour game. Guys, 2-0 lead for NaBs and 2-3 comeback here by the Finn. What are we witnessing? What a beautiful, beautiful game by the Finns. I couldn't be happier, and I hope so are you. Finland! The Max has been so happy. Look at him smile. Over here. Ah! There he is. Ah, isn't that great, guys? Okay. Let's take a look at the stats of this game. And great stuff indeed. Mems is saying that achievements. We have Zoppy going for so many kills there and so many raises as well against Mentalist. And that was without any ramps. That's rare to see 100 raises without any ramps. Normally you just try to overroll some of the ramps, but didn't happen this time. Baden did get quite a bit out as well. And Max only losing 37 is quite impressive there. Has the best trade profit. Did sling 30k resources in the end. 20k towards release, 10k to Zoppy. Pretty sweet stuff. And that was very, very